Welcome back to Digital Marketing Certified TV. So today I want to log in and show you a quick 15,000 Google impressions case study. So if you're running a business, you know somebody trying to build a business. At the end of the day, they need customers, they need clients, and that's what this is all about. So I want to log in and show you a case study from one of the projects that we're working on. So I'm actually just go. I'll go ahead. Let me ask you a question. What if you can get 15,000 eyeballs to look at your business every single month, right? Obviously, you'll get customers because I'm sure that you have some kind of offer, some kind of product that you want to push into the marketplace to impact the world in a positive manner. I completely get that, right? But all of that is impossible if you don't have proper visibility. And that's what this particular case study is all about. Again, this could be your business. You might want to share this with somebody who's you're trying to help them grow their business. Most business owners, I remember when I first started my own business years ago. The what I was being presented with was to talk to family, friends, disturb strangers, send text messages, DMs to people that honestly I have no idea if they're interested in what I have to offer. And I struggled with that at the time. But every now and then I get tempted to try that. But reality is that in the last 20 years, it has really never worked. What has worked is that finding the right target market for the right people that actually show interest. And that's the beauty about using SEO, search engine optimization, because it literally optimizes your business so that the people looking for you can easily find you. So let me go here and show you. I'm just going to go ahead and refresh this page. This is one of our properties online. Just in the last 28 days has gathered about 15,600 impressions. Impressions simply means how many times people actually see what you have to offer, that they actually get exposed to your business, how many times a user actually saw a link, you see what it says here, to your site in search results. So they search something that's interesting to them, a question, a problem that they're trying to solve, and then booyah, they see your opportunity. They see the opportunity to talk to you, to register, to sign up for a free something, to sign up for a free sample, to sign up to buy. They see that it's an opportunity for you to sell them something that will actually change their life in a positive way, or something that will create a transformation for them. And that's what this is about. So you can see 15,000, about 203 people actually clicked over to see. So you're looking at about 1.3% in average click-through rate. Now, there are other ways to get traffic over to your website, but the reality is that most people's website is a ghost land that nobody goes to, right? So in this, actually, we had about 231. So some numbers are showing 231 unique visitors. So if you look at that trend here, let me see if I can show you in another way. If I go to the actual website here, I'm going to log in, show you. So you can see actually this is a property, digital property that we actually own. I'm actually going to show you from here. There you go. Dashboard. You can see the same number here. Scroll through here. Find out how your audience is growing. You can see that right here. See, 16,209 clicks, 237 unique clicks. All right, so now what do we know about these numbers? You can see the trend is going up. Okay, all we have to do, the beauty about doing this is that you can do it over and over and again, and it compounds out, right? All you have to do is do a quick few steps. In fact, we've broken this down for every piece of property that we send out there, or we'll call it property nodes, whatever you want to call it. What we're talking about is content. You've heard about content, right? Like videos, like articles, things like that, right? But there's a step-by-step process to make sure that you're not just setting up a ghost land and you're calling it a website. All right, there's a step-by-step. Now what you can see here is that there's visibility. Now it's up to you to implement certain things to transform impression to visits, to video views, to leads, and of course to customers. Now, if what you have to offer is actually valuable and you're targeting the right customer, somebody who actually typed in a problem you can solve, somebody who actually typed in a question you can answer, then that's a client, that's a prospect, right? So that traffic becomes opportunity, it creates opportunities. The biggest takeaway in all of this is that what could you do with 15,000 impressions? What could you possibly do with 15,000 impressions? Yeah, so the biggest takeaway is here. If you can get 15,000 people coming over to your website, I'm not sure, did I show you this? I think I did, right? This one, right? 16,000 people to actually see what you have to offer. If you can get 209 of them in the next 30 days over to your website, what could you do with that is the question here. All right, now with that being said, I'll tell you what. We have a click-through rate here, right, for 1.3%. 1.3% is not bad for somebody coming off of a Google SERPs, right? We call them the SERP, the search engine result page. You know, when you search something on Google, it pulls up a bunch of results. These days, you will see like an AI suggestion at the top, and then you see a list of websites that can answer that problem, right? That can answer the question, right? If you can, for every 100 people that actually sees my website, about 1.3 of human beings we actually click over, right? Now, that how do we improve that? Because now you know what you actually, the opportunity here is that you know exactly where you need to improve in your processes, and we can easily do that by creating compelling titles, better compelling titles. We can tweak, we can test different types of titles depending on what property. When I say property, I'm talking about content, right? Are you talking about a video? You're talking about an article, a page on your website? We actually continue to tweak that, creating better messaging, but you actually have the feedback to see what is working and what's not working. That's the beauty of running your business in this manner, or creating visibility for your business in this manner. It's beautiful. It's how do I describe this? But anyway, you get the gist. You actually see what you're working with, as opposed to being in hopeful land, right? Hope is not a strategy when it comes to business. You actually need to know what you're doing. All right. So another beauty with this is that you can actually see what keyword phrases is actually sending people over to your website, right? So you can actually optimize your whole website around that. You can continue to build clusters around what is actually sending people to you, and then by doing so you become more of an authority in that particular arena. And the reality is that this is not new. I've been doing this for a long time, right? And actually, to be honest with you, I didn't value the skill set for a long time. But even beyond that now, with the world of AI and everything, there's so much noise. So you want to make sure that you have structure around how you execute this. And that's where what we do come into play. It's easier, it's faster to execute and to do it at scale these days. But you have to actually know some of the fundamentals, and that's some of the things that we cover here. So if you're tired and you're wondering how you're going to get your next customer, and you don't know where that's going to come from, Google is sending customers to people all the time. How do I know? Because I know you also use Google, right? So you use Google, and if you don't use Google, you use YouTube at least, right? So imagine having your business consistently discovered that by people who are already searching for what you have to offer. I want you to imagine that. That's exactly what we help businesses do. That's what we help them achieve. And then we can take it one step even further, right? We can install our proprietary 5-hour customer acquisition system. Because again, it's not as simple as getting visibility. You actually need to convert them to leads and customers. You need to convert them to clients, right? So, and that's where our program comes in. Again, you can just go to the website, go to the URL, it's scrolling on the screen. It's called digitalmarketingcertified.com/diagnostic. If you actually have a business and you want me to take a look, I'll spend 60 minutes with you to actually do a diagnostic, observe your full process, your full funnel, and then help you. I will deploy my system into your program, and then you can start flipping. First of all, start getting this visibility, and then actually have a full blown out system that will actually convert them to customer. So that's how it works. We'll literally analyze your current online visibility, even if it's zero. But wherever it is going right now, if it's not converting to customers, then obviously you need to do something about that. You need to identify where the biggest growth opportunities are. So it's not as simple as just SEO. You need to find out where the growth opportunities are, and then you need to show you need to flip them into customers. All right. And what we do on the diagnosis session is that we will show you exactly how to build a predictable customer acquisition system that turns this kind of search traffic into paying customers, into sustainable business growth. All right, that's what I have for you on this episode. Hit the like button, share, subscribe. I will continue to bring case studies. These are real life case studies. I can refresh it again so you can see it. This is real life. I can push it into 7 days. You can see that it's moving up. You can see in the last 3 months, you can see that it's going up. This project that I'm on, this phase of it, actually started about less than 30 days ago. So you can see the growth phase right there. Okay, you can see that trend right there. So now what needs to happen is that the same thing happens over and over and again, the inputs part of it, and then it compounds out over time. Then it becomes what we call an exponential growth. If you're looking for that, talk to me, but you have to go through the URL Diagnostic. Okay, just go to digitalmarketing.com/certified/diagnostic, and also feel free to drop questions in the comment section if you have any questions about this. Take care. God bless. Bye now.